Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and as we still try to uncover who was responsible for the tragedy at Astroworld, which has now taken 10 people and injured so many more. There are over 200 people with lawsuits against Live Nation and Cactus Jack, Travis Scott himself, even Drake. We're trying to figure out what happened. And in doing so, a lot of you sent me this, I guess, leaked clip from an old radio interview he did. This was back in 2015. Now, look, it's once again evidence that Travis Scott was setting a tone, inciting this crowd to rage. But hearing his own words in this one, it's just disturbing. I don't understand why he doesn't get how we all now find him responsible. He's had so many instances to change, and he still now 2021 was continuing this attitude that he's talking about here. But let him say it. I want you to hear it in his own words.
Just like what you just said, you know, people are always going to be reaching for that bad headline or that bad thing, you know, so I'm aware. That's why I was just like, man, but when I do my shows, I be so turned, man. Like
it's another level.
Yeah,
with Travis Scott's on stage.
Like, I'm not like the guy that got like, you know, I had the backup dancers, I ain't got the drummers and that.
No.
I'm all about the blood, you know, I had the backup dancers, I ain't got the drummers and that.
No.
I'm all about the blood. You know, we got to turn up.
The
blood.
It's
all about rage
blood.
and just like the,
who's bleeding on stage?
I mean, you know, I'm not bleeding, but the fans are like
I feel you.
giving their bodies. So, just like what you just.
The fans are giving their bodies. It's all about the blood. It's all about the rage. Did you hear him? Did you hear that? Look, I got so many thoughts on this, but it's frustrating because he's admitting it. He's got no talent. He's got no dancers. He's got no musicians. He's got a big set he makes, and then he's got his beats, and then he's got this, okay, well, how do I get this crowd to stay energized? Well, I know. I'll just make them all get, like, go get turned. I had to look it up. I'm like, what does that actually mean? What does turnt really mean? For those of you who are in the loop, extremely excited, wild, or drunk. It can refer to a person's state of mind or an atmosphere such as a party. Turnt began as slang. English, excited, adrenalized, intoxicated in the hip hop dictionary term, especially so with. Look at this, all this stuff at a crazy party, state of being wild. So that's what this is about. He wants his crowd to be wild. So when you hear that, it's just like, well, that's dangerous. And then there's more and more interviews dropping all across the book, but I felt this was fitting. I want you to watch this fan talk about what it's like to be at a Travis show, and then we're going to hear from an expert explaining why this is problematic.
I'm still ready to rage too.
Local fans reacting to the announcement back in May about this year's 2-day Astroworld Festival, and specifically referencing the rage culture that they say Travis Scott is known for.
Raging, I mean, there's no real true definition with Travis. It's, you just go out there, you have the best time of your life, you know, you lose your shoes, you know, you get in the mosh pits, you just go wild, you just go crazy.
But unless you're Travis and you lose your shoe. But before I even get this, it's so imperative. You're like, look at this cartoon. Hey, kids. Hey, Fortnite players. Yeah, Travis. Let's rage your kids while these kids are figuring out their own hormones and everything else. Yeah, life and parents suck. Rage. All ages, right? Because I sell Fortnite, so I got to have all ages at my show while we're having mosh pits. That's cool, right? I'm sure the parents who are like, oh, enjoy the concert, honey, while seeing Travis Scott on Fortnite, were well aware of the rage that they were sending their kids to. This person, I'm sorry, she looks like she's 14.
You know, you get in the mosh pits, you just go wild, you just go crazy.
But it's all seen as something positive, you know? But I think that's kind of the danger here. There's a very kind of delicate balancing act that's happening.
Joey Guerra, a music critic with the Houston Chronicle, was at Astroworld Festival on Friday and has covered the tragedy following the event. He says the so-called rage culture has typically been seen with rock bands, but it has been a unique element for Travis Scott since the beginning of his performance career, and it thrives on the chaotic energy at concerts or music festivals.
You know, I think for a lot of these fans, when we talk about, you know, rage culture, it's a positive thing for them. You know, when you watch in particular this Netflix documentary that he did, you know, it's almost using that as a selling point, you know, and we see these fans talking about being in the crowd, and, you know, we see a guy on crutches and people injured and talking about, you know, the experience of being in his show.
On Monday, Houston Police Chief Troy Finner says he approached Travis Scott and the head of his security to address concerns about public safety and Scott's messaging on social media before Scott's performance on Friday. In 2019, people reportedly rushed the security barricades at Astroworld Festival, similar to what was seen earlier in the day on Friday.
I think because not just him, but any artist that kind of has an audience like that, because they build this culture that's kind of, because there's this culture built on chaos and kind of frenzy and free-for-all, when things actually start happening, sometimes those people can't discern what's serious from what's not.
It's wild how, and so when you see all this all brewing, and I want to play it one more time, and then you see, well, this was 2015. It's still the same energy, just growing and growing. This attitude had been growing and growing. This was what he really wants.
Just like what you just said, people are always gonna be reaching for that bad headline or that bad thing. So I'm aware. That's why I was just like, man, but when I do my shows, I be so turned, man. Like,
he's just out of it. He's not paying attention. I guess that's the excuse of why he didn't see anything. But stay tuned. We have a video. I've unearthed some more footage to show. Travis knows exactly what's going on in his shows.
It's another level.
Yeah,
when Travis Scott's on stage.
Like, I'm not like the guy that got I had the backup dancers. I ain't got the drummers and that.
No.
I'm all about the blood. I had the backup dancers. I ain't got the drummers and that.
No.
I'm all about the blood. We got to turn up.
The
blood. It's all about rage and just like that.
Who's bleeding on stage?
I mean, I'm not bleeding, but the fans are like
I feel you.
giving their bodies.
Right.
Just
fans are giving their bodies. They just are sacrifices to him, I guess. Whatever it takes. Jump off those balconies, Travis, right? Keep storming through, pushing people forward to see you, man. Because it's all about that, giving you that turnt energy, right? That's really what the show's all about. So Travis can feel turnt and yeah, I'm a king of the world. That's what it's about now. And now, oh no, it's not your responsibility. You can't stop the show. Oh no, you're too turned. Guys, Travis is too turned. He can't stop a show. He wants their blood. I mean, this is sickening. So no, the pressure again needs to keep tightening. We need to keep this story prevalent. We need to make sure it's happening out there. The investigation is still proceeding. And Travis, my man, I'm sorry, you're accountable for this. All these past things you've said, they all amount to something. Because what did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? You've had plenty of warnings. This has happened to you before. I don't understand why people are trying to give him a pass. And a lot of his fans and a lot of people are. Dude, you're responsible for this atmosphere you've created. You want their blood and their bodies. Well, you got them. And now you might face some criminal charges. And you know what I got to think about that? Good. Well earned. Well earned. If you want more hot takes like this and more updates on this case and so much more, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for alerts. Make sure you smash that like button if you can, please. And leave a comment. What do you think of this? When you watch this clip now, does it bother you even more? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and I want you to stay tuned for more. We're going to be live today, 12:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us here on Popcorn Planet live every weekday around 12:30. Thanks for watching, everybody.